Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. It's getting very interesting and very lively. The alleged looming impeachment against Rigathi Gachagua is getting more real as time goes. Yesterday, Oscar Sudi said maximum 2 weeks. And today, Tana River Senator Danson Mungatana has filed a censure motion in the Senate against Rigathi Gachagua. Let's have a look at the story as captured by the Star. Tana River Senator Danson Mungatana has filed a censure motion against Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. The lawmaker said he filed the motion with the office of the Speaker of the Senate early Monday. He alleges the DP has engaged in divisive politics and betrayed his oath of office, among others. A censure motion is a debate to show strong disapproval against the conduct of a state officer. It's not an impeachment motion. The DP is facing growing isolation amid an alleged impeachment motion which has served to further alienate him in government and has somewhat resorted to fighting back by endearing himself to the voters through public rallies. So Mungatana has filed that censure motion, and it's important for Kenyans to understand that a censure motion is not an impeachment motion. Impeachment motion can only originate from the National Assembly. A member of parliament has to present the impeachment motion being supported by at least a third of all members. That's 117 MPs. If two-thirds, that's 233 MPs approves it, then Rigathi stands impeached, it moves to the Senate. If the Senate also approves it with the two-thirds, then Rigathi goes home. And from the look of things, Rigathi has no numbers at all in both the National Assembly and in the Senate. Rigathi is very, very unpopular. I just don't know who will save Rigathi. Maybe Kalonzo and his team might sympathize with him, but it's very clear that even Rigathi Gachagua's home member of parliament, Madira MP Wamumbi, will vote to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. That's how unpopular Rigathi is. And this is why now Rigathi is trying to go back to the people, because already things are bad. Let's have a look at that censure motion that was filed by Mungatana. Republic of Kenya, 13th Parliament, 3rd session, the Senate notice of motion on the conduct of His Excellency Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, EGH, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, that aware that Article 260 of the Constitution of Kenya categorizes the Deputy President as a state officer whose conduct and behavior shall abide by the provisions of Article 75 of the Constitution of Kenya and the General Leadership and Integrity Code for state officers contained in the Leadership and Integrity Act. Further aware that pursuant to Article 147 of the Constitution, the holder of the office of the Deputy President is the principal assistant to the President, making the office a symbol of national unity, whose holder must at all times respect, uphold, and safeguard the Constitution, promote and enhance the unity of the nation, and promote respect for the diversity of the people and communities of Kenya. Concerned that Honorable Rigathi Gachagua EGH on several occasions since his assumption to the office of Deputy President has made utterances, among others regarding employment opportunities to Kenyans in the public service, allocation of resources to the devolved units, and incitement of a section of Kenyans to disobeying lawful directives by some county governments. Further concerned that the public utterances made by Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, EGH, the Deputy President of Kenya, have marginalized sections of Kenyans, created and continues to heighten tension among different ethnic communities in Kenya, portrays the conduct of Honorable Rigathi Gachagua as being in contravention of the provisions of Article 75 of the Constitution, are against the national values and principles of governance espoused in Article 10(2) of the Constitution, and demean the high office of the Deputy President of the Republic. Now, therefore, the Senate, pursuant to Standing Order 1011, expresses its displeasure and disappointment with the conduct of Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, EGH, as the Deputy President of Kenya, and censures him. Senator Danson Mungatana, MGH MP, Senator Tana River County, 23rd September 2024. That's the censure motion. So Rigathi is a man under siege. I want to explain what's happening here. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. I suppose Danson Mungatana is a lawyer and he knows the impeachment of a deputy president or the president must originate from the National Assembly. Mungatana is aware of that. I'm seeing a Danson Mungatana who is trying to achieve an objective. What's the objective? Danson Mungatana is just trying to build a case against Rigathi Gachagua. He's just trying to build anti-Rigathi sentiments so that the National Assembly can move with speed to initiate that impeachment motion. I'm also seeing a Danson Mungatana who is very desperate to please Ruto. He wants Ruto to notice him. These Kenya Kwanza leaders are very desperate for Ruto's attention. And that's exactly what Danson Mungatana is trying to do. He wants to catch the attention of Ruto. And I won't be wrong to say, if that impeachment motion will be tabled in Parliament, Kenyans will be surprised to find over 90% of these elected leaders in the National Assembly and in the Senate impeaching Rigathi Gachagua. William Ruto laid traps for Rigathi. Rigathi snared himself. And if you look on how Rigathi has been behaving in the past 2 years, Rigathi was not yet ready, not mature, to be Kenya's deputy president. A deputy president should be a symbol of national unity. It's very clear, and this is not debatable. Rigathi is not a symbol of national unity. He's a symbol of bad ethnic politics. So that's a very good ground to impeach him. Instead of bringing Kenyans together, he's dividing Kenyans along ethnic lines and party lines, shareholding thing. So Rigathi might not survive this impeachment motion. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.